Hello, and welcome to the November 27th free call. We are talking today all about fear. And interestingly enough, I'll just say my name is Lori Parente. For those of you who don't know me, I'm an intuitive and an angel medium, and I work with energetics to help people to learn how to heal themselves. So I usually know about 3 or 4 days before these calls what's going to be coming through. By last night, I still didn't really have a feel for it, but then it all started to come through. And so interestingly, it came through in waves and it came through in these major synchronicities. So I had a dream last night about the meditation that we were going to do. And then this morning, I went into a class and they did the same meditation. And then I checked into something on Instagram and they did the same meditation. So definitely that's where we're going today. And it has to do with working with our energy centers or our chakras. And then also, my guidance was really strong this morning to look at the energetics in terms of what's going on astrologically. I'm not a expert on astrology in any way, shape, or form, but it's a very good interest for me. So again, I was presented with an email and then something on social media and then a friend saying the same. What I think is the big thing right now is we've just gotten through that Scorpio energy, which is so emotional. And many of us were either feeling absolutely emotional or we were feeling absolutely numb. Or some days we were totally emotional, and the next day we were totally numb. And that was just that watery emotional energy. And we've gotten through that, and we've gotten through a lot of the retrograde things that were going on. And also, we have just come through those eclipses, and those eclipses were so intense. So now we were presented with this beautiful Gemini moon, and the other night where I live in Canada, when the moon was full, just last night, the northern lights were also playing in the sky. So it was like the moon was green. So we've got this healing energy, this energy coming in that will help us to integrate all of the stuff that we were going through with the Scorpio energy. So that Gemini energy is an air sign. It's that intellectual sign. It's about knowledge. It's about that lifelong learning and expanding. And also it's about that twin energy. And for me, the twin energy has always been about our relationship to ourselves, all those different parts of ourselves. So it's about our most important relationship, of course, is always to ourselves. And then it's about our relationship to others and our relationship to life, our relationship to the universe. So it's a good time to go within, to journal, and just kind of integrate everything that's been happening with all of this explosion of this energy and all of this emotion. And it's a good time to sit with those people in our life that we really trust and talk through how we've been feeling and to let those emotions come out and let them flow and be curious about them, what they're teaching us. I know that a lot of people were really feeling impulsive and angry and frustrated, and those are always things that we want to take notice of. You know, anger is this great motivator. What do I need to do? And when we notice we're being impulsive, where do I need to take a breath and just relax and see what this is really about? Or when we're frustrated, do we just need to give ourselves time to chill? You know, so it's about figuring out what works for us. So and the other thing that with this Gemini moon, we're also going into Sagittarian, right? And I always think of the archer with the bow and the arrow, and we're shooting for the stars, we're shooting for our dreams. So where do you need to check in with your inner dreamer? Where do you need to check in and have that conversation to that inner voice to for what's fun for you, what makes you feel alive? So we're looking at this reflection and this knowledge and the integration, but also that dreamy and that visionary energy and just that higher perspective, like what really matters, what is really true for me right now, and how can I be authentic with what I'm going through and who I want to be and how I want to be in this world. So that's just a little check-in with what's going on astrologically, and it is a passion of mine. But again, I'm not an expert, so if anybody has any more information on that, I always love to hear it. So today we're talking about fears. And fears, it's like, what's holding you back? We know that what we focus on expands. So if we have a fear and we keep giving into that fear, then that fear just grows. So if we're holding on to this fear, which we all are in some way, shape, or form, can we look at it and see what it's about? And can we release the stories and the patterns and the conditioning that we're holding around it? Because often those stories are just part of a comfort zone. Um, when I was young, I was attacked by a big dog and pinned by a big dog. And after that, hated dogs, couldn't be around dogs, would never have a dog my whole life. Um, and then, got introduced to this wonderful puppy in my 50s, and I needed to get over that fear. It was just this comfort zone. I could have stayed there my whole life and said, I'm afraid of dogs. I'm never having dogs. And I would have never had this unbelievable relationship that we have with our family dog now. So is your fear a comfort zone? Are you afraid of the big things? Are you afraid of death? As we begin to really expand in our consciousness, are we afraid of what happens after this? Or do we have that deep sense that we are a spiritual being having a human experience and we will return to source, and we have made peace with that? Do we fear grief? Many of us have gone through grieving processes that have left us, quite broken. And if we fear loving again because we don't want to feel that grief again, where is that fear holding us back? What are we not expanding into? Do we fear illness? Do we fear never being able to live our lives authentically? What is it that we fear? And when we can get to the root of what we're fearing and pick out the questions and the stories and everything around it, often we can just say, do I want to hold this? So what we're going to do today is we're going to break through some of those fears energetically. We're going to do an energetic healing. And so when we break through those fears, we open ourselves up to more love, and we can bring more light into our beings, which opens us up to more expansion, which is just healing in a nutshell. So in this meditation, we're going to focus on color healing. So some of you will see colors very, very clearly. And by seeing, I mean you have your eyes closed and you're visioning colors. And others of you will just need to trust that there are the colors. So just practice with me, and you can just close your eyes and just imagine the color red. And if you don't see it, what if I could see it? And again, if you're still not seeing it, what if I just know that the red is there? And then can you imagine the color orange? And can you shift it into yellow and green and blue and indigo and violet? Thinking about all of the colors of the rainbow, the spectrum of colors. But just before we go into meditation, I want to go a little bit into some energy work. So imagine out in front of you a sphere of energy, almost like a crystal ball, and this is your energy, and you might put your hands on either side of it and you can feel this, and then bring that into your body. And just notice where you feel that in your body. Where do you feel this energy in your body? This is you. And then just start to play with it. Can I make this energy feel heavy? Go right down into my root and feel grounded with it and feel heavy with this energy. Can I bring it up and expand it above my head and feel light in my energy? Can I notice when I say, I release all energy that does not belong to me? Do I notice a shift in my energy? When I say, I call all parts of myself from all time and space back home, do I notice a shift in my energy? And can I expand my energy? Can I make it as big as the room that I'm in, or as big as the dwelling that I'm in, or the city that I'm in? or the country. Make it as big as the entire world. And then can I bring it right back down? So it's important to just play with your energy so you know what it feels like when you are in your energy. You know what it feels like when your energy is expanded. And you know what it feels like when your energy is contracted and has boundaries. Just play with it. Okay, so we're going to move into meditation. And we're going to be focusing on our 3 bottom energy centers or chakras, because those are the ones where the most fear is embedded and the place that we're most hooked into stories, whether they be personal or familial or cultural. And so just go ahead and close your eyes again. We're going to be working with angels that have different colors. So just make sure that you're relaxed. And I want you to start to imagine that out in front of you, there are angels of all different colors. And you may see orbs of light, you may see full angels, or you may just know that they're there. Just trust. And now I want you to see an angel that is red, stepping forward right in front of you. And imagine that this angel is sending light to your root chakra, your base energy center, which is right at the bottom of your spine in the perineum area. And start to see that area glowing with red, and start to see it moving in a clockwise direction. And notice as it starts to spin that we're releasing all old energies, all old fears. And just let it spin and hold that red energy there. Notice if there's any stories coming up of feeling unsafe or lacking of anything, or where your foundation is not strong, where you don't feel seen or enough, all those not enoughs. Just let that energy center spin, and the angel is helping you. And as you can see it clearing and becoming more and more filled with light, you can just say, I am safe, I trust, I allow, and in this moment all is well. And as we are going to move up into the sacral area, I am seeing these angels kind of high-fiving each other. They're very playful today. We're seeing an angel coming forward that is bright orange. And while the angel that is holding the red in our root chakra, this new angel that stepped forward is now placing an orange in our sacral chakra, just below our belly buttons. I'm starting to allow it to spin clockwise, removing any densities or any old energies, just bringing it all online so that we can balance that sense of the masculine and feminine, and have that sense of worthiness and creativity, to be seen, to be acknowledged, to be embraced, to release any fears around worthiness, to allow our emotions to flow. And then to bring in those playful energies of dance and movement and joy. I am worthy of feeling all of my emotions and all of my connections. And just see those angels holding space for those 2 chakras. As we see another angel come forward with the color yellow, moving the energy into our solar plexus, just above our belly button. Such an important energy center. It's really our umbilical cord to the divine. It's our creation center where things are born. And just allow it to start to really spin clockwise and see, are you in your power? Are you feeling authentic? Are you in your truth? And again, if any stories come up, no judgment, just let them go. And see these three energy centers spinning and integrating. Just feel all the love these angels are sending you. And we're moving up into the heart. And you see an angel come forward, and he's showing, or she's showing me, that dark green color coming into our hearts. And just coming in slowly, because this is such an important center. It's a center that moves in all of the other centers. And as it starts to spin, it's getting lighter and lighter in green. So you can see it going from a dark green to a lighter green to a lime green, and then almost having some touches of pink in there with that high heart in there. And this allows us to hold greater states of vulnerability, truth, authenticity with ourselves and with others and with all that we do. So see that energy center really spinning clockwise, just clearing out any fears around love and connection and authenticity. And now we've got all four of these centers spinning. We're moving up to the throat. See the sky blue energy coming in with an angel, sending this to our throat chakra. Just start to notice, is it spinning counterclockwise? Can we use the energy to get it spinning clockwise? You're speaking your truth. Where are you sharing, undersharing, oversharing? Is your communication overbearing or too intense, or are you shy and pushing down your truth? Are your words unconscious to yourselves, to others, and to the universe? Are you feeling overwhelmed? Just let those stories play out. Just let them go, and just see as this angel's helping you to move the energy in this energy center. Just releasing anything that you no longer need. Those fears go and allowing the healing to happen. Now we see an angel stepping forth with that indigo, that inky night, that deep, deep purple. And this angel is touching our third eye, right between our brows. And you'll feel that activation between your brows in this chakra to see beyond the veil, to connect with deep wisdom, and to bring our sacred gifts online. And then just notice how all of the angels have their hands above your head, and all of these colors are intermingling. It's like this rainbow of color. And we're going to breathe that down all the way through our bodies, through our prana tubes, our central channels. Just see it melting down our bodies, going all the way down through the bottoms of our feet and into the earth, right to the crystal core of the earth. All of these energies connecting us and grounding us. And then I want you to breathe that energy back up through the earth, up through your feet, through your legs, through your torso, up through your head, and then see it cascade all around you in a waterfall. This waterfall of beautiful rainbow colors. And as it hits the ground, breathe it back in again, up through your root and all the way through your energy centers. out through the top of your head and cascading all around your body. One more time, breathe it up. And this time, just let it cascade throughout your energetic body, your aura, your auric field. Just allow this color therapy to release any fears that are still wanting to go. And just take a deep breath and notice that these angels of color are all around you. And at this time, if you want to ask them for a message, for something that's going on in your life, I will be quiet for a moment. Now, at this time, our energy is quite expanded. So I want you to see it just coming down and shrinking down around your body. And you can keep all these colors with you because this healing will continue. Just bring it down around your body. And start to become aware of your surroundings. Start to tap your feet. You can rub your hands on your legs, on your thighs. Start to move about and take some deep breaths. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. It was quite expansive energy that's coming through today. So you're going to want to drink some water and maybe journal what you had come through and just trust that many of your fears were released. So I'm going to stop the recording. For those of you listening on the replay, I wish you big love and huge hugs. And for those of you who are live, we will have a Q&A if there's anything you want to ask me.